Hello and welcome to this last hangout for the Security Culture Summer Camp. You have been doing fantastic work for 5 weeks now, and we are almost at the end. All that is left now is for you to complete your lectures and complete your assignments and then send them over to me. You can use learn@roar.com to send the assignments as you finish them. And remember, no later than August 15th if you want to receive your certificate as a certified security culture practitioner. I am looking very much forward to handing over these certificates. This year, we have participants from Europe, from the US, and from Africa. And it is really, really cool to see such a diverse cultural group of students taking part this year. I hope that this will help us achieve our goal, which is to get the security culture framework out and used throughout the world by any kind of organization anywhere in the world. And should you want or need any help with that, please reach out. I would love to help you reaching that goal. Luckily for me, this is the last hangout because I have, as you may hear, caught some kind of summer fever, which is very typical when we finally got some sunshine in Norway. So I'll try to do this quick today. But as usual, if you have any questions or any comments or anything that you would like to share with me or the audience, please just do like Martina have done and post on the Google Hangout page here. That is, of course, if you're watching this live. If you're not watching it live, then you are too late, and your only option then is to reach out to me using my email, which is fine as well, of course. So over the past few weeks, you have been working and learning how to work with the security culture framework. The framework, when we set out to create this back a few years ago, was a result of analyzing how so many companies fail creating awareness and cultural change when it comes to security culture, and also looking at why some of these organizations seems to succeed. And using that data, we figure out what looked like being the most common things that were done to get success and things to avoid. And then we distill this into the security culture framework. The framework itself is free and open, which means that you can use it any way you like. It is using Creative Commons share-like license, which basically means that when you use it, please remember to tell people where it's from, and it is from the security culture framework. Also, you are free to make your own adjustments, so changing or making new templates. As long as when you do that, remember to keep the original attribution and share your new templates with the community. And there is no better place to share that than on the website itself, the securitycultureframework.net website. If you end up with any challenges working either with the framework or with some of your clients trying to figure out how to solve something, please do not hesitate reaching out to me or my team here. We are here to help you succeed. We want to see you have success. Also, when you get stuck, remember that there is no one single way of doing this. In fact, the framework itself is a high-level framework, so we don't go into details on how to solve specific issues. What we tell you is that you need to do these 4 things: define goals and how you measure them, involve and understand your organization, choose a topic that resonates with your audience and your goals, and then do it in a planned approach. Then just repeat these steps. Then whatever you choose to do when it comes down to details, for example, what you measure and how you choose to do that, we don't say anything about, because we believe that will be very, very dependent on your current stage, the maturity of your organization, and your goals and targets and needs. Some will require very detailed metrics, while others can be very, very fine with just an observation or an generic survey. It depends a lot on what you are setting out to do. Another reason that we chose to do the framework as broad or over as top level as we did is that there are a lot of great resources available to people in the world today. Especially for security people, if we start looking outside of the closed area that is security and consider areas like leadership, for example, areas like marketing, areas like communication, people skills, and maybe other areas that for you today seems irrelevant to your job, but when you start looking into them and learning more about what other people actually are doing, then you can see that one of the things you can do is to adjust your message so it resonates with the people, because believe it or not everyone cares that much about security. And the other thing you can do is to learn that there are many different ways of solving one single problem, and sometimes your way may not be the best. Maybe someone else have a better way of doing it. So be constantly looking for ways to improve, and constantly look for other sources of inspiration and information on how to do things. That is one of the best ways to improve yourself. And by improving yourself, I strongly believe that you're also improving the organization that you are part of. Some of these resources we have covered in the training, like the SANS systems, the security, the human. There are many other areas. One place where I find a lot of inspiration is by Georgie Stewart, who through his blogs and articles in ISA is very on topic and looking beyond just the normal ways of doing things. So that is one of my inspirations. Let me check my notes. So another area of inspiration is, as I mentioned, leadership consultants and leadership authors. One who is a current favor of Lance Spitzner of SANS is Dr. Cotter. For those of you who don't know him, I will post a link on the page here to his process of leading change, as he calls it. Now, the challenge that Cotter is working with is how do you lead change or transforming organizations from one area into something else. And culture is a large part of that, and therefore what Cotter says and his research is relevant for what we do. My personal challenge with Cotter is that 8 steps is a lot. By now, I think you realize that I am all about keeping stuff simple. So the simpler we can make it, the better, at least until you start looking at details and want to dig in deep. And when you want to dig in deep, then Cotter may actually provide some very nice additional inspiration and knowledge and tips on how to gain that traction that you set out to do. Keep in mind, though, that most of Cotter's information, as far as I know, is based on the management, so the leaders in the organization running the show, which for a lot of security efforts is a challenge, because all you have very often is a message that you need to do something about this security, and then they don't give you budgets or support. And some organizations are also so large that you cannot really depend on the support from the CEO, for example. Let's say you have 120,000 employees, you cannot reasonably expect your CEO to be the one carrying the flag of security culture. I'm talking a lot. But the reason I mentioned Carter is, Martina, you asked a question today, and it's about management support. So during this summer camp, you have had at least 3 lectures where we discuss, or at least grasp in the surface of management support. Those are lectures 5.2, 5.3, and 5.4, respectively, where we discuss who you should be involving in the organization, then who are the different stakeholders, and of course, management and board are part of those stakeholders. And then lastly, in lecture 5.4, we discuss how you get C-level buy-ins, and that basically means how do you get your management on board with your security culture program. Again, there is no one single answer to this. It is very dependent on your current organization, the maturity of it, and how you approach it. As an example, one of the banks here in Norway, 3 years ago, they employed one person who got one very specific task, and that was to build security culture. And this person were given this topic or this area from the top management, obviously. Another example is one not Norwegian bank. It's US-based retail, and the security officer there wanted to do more awareness, but he didn't have the kind of support, so he needed to build his case. And using the framework, he were able to start small and then document the changes he were able to make, and then use those documentation, those changes, to get the attention and interest from the management, and finally he also got himself some budgets. So this is very dependent on your organization and the current maturity. And then, do you see this as a goal for which you should start a 12-week campaign? So I actually believe that some of these programs from Carter takes a lot more than 12 weeks. Changing the culture of an organization, one of the challenges that it is, one of the reasons it is such a challenge is that it will take a little time. It's not done in a quarter of a year. Also, these are usually very, very large organizations, and transforming the whole organization may be a challenge. Hence, again, why in the organization module, we tell you specifically to target one department or one specific group of people, so that you can work with them and their problems, and then help them starting there, or with the low-hanging fruits, as you may remember from the audience analysis templates. So while Carter is really relevant to what we do, I find it very often to be too big, too complex, and thus not so easy to get results with. But if, and this is a key thing here, if your management decides to do change the culture of your organization through a transformation or change, then make sure that you try to be part of that from step one and get security culture to be part of that new culture. You don't have to run the whole program, but you should be able to make a case for adding security culture to part of that culture when these programs starts. And also reading culture is relevant. So look into it and learn more. It's always important to learn more. Yes. So I hope I answered your question there, Martina. If not, you know where to find me. So for the rest of the summer camp, this is the final week, and now you are on your own. There may be another email coming out to remind you of the final delivery date, but except from that, there will be nothing else until you deliver your assignment and you get it accepted, and then you will get your certificates. As I mentioned last week, we are also working on some new badges, which you can be using on the Security Culture Framework site and elsewhere if you like. And I hope to have them ready by end of August. It is, of course, in our interest too that you can show off your competence. The more people who get this certification, the more people can help us actually build and change and maintain good security culture out there. So keep it up, keep up the hard work, and enjoy it. If there is anything I can do, please contact me, use the forums, and a final request for you. We are always on the lookout for volunteers to help us run the website, to help us create content. For example, if you would like to help us write a blog post once in a month, for example, about security culture, that would be highly appreciated. And we are also looking for new ideas for more templates. So as you delve into this work of changing and maintaining security culture, please let us know if you have ideas for more templates or things you believe that we should change or add to the site today. Reach out to us. We are here to help you, and we hope that you will have success with this work. With that, I think it's time for me to say goodbye and thank you. And now I will finish my tea over here. No wine today, Martina, just tea with honey, and hopefully my fever will be gone in the morning. Thank you again, and congratulations. I'm looking forward to handing over the certificates in a few weeks' time. Goodbye.